All right, let's talk about something huge. We're going to take a journey to the very end of time itself. Seriously, it's a place that's beyond stars, beyond galaxies, beyond, well, everything we know. Today, we're asking the ultimate question. What's the final fate of our universe?
It's a pretty wild thought, right? I mean, everything we can see, from the tiniest little particle to the biggest galaxy cluster, it all had a beginning. So it kind of makes you wonder, does it have an end? And if it does, what in the world would that even look like? Well, based on what we know today, scientists have a leading theory about this.
Okay, so let's get into it. For a while, some people thought the universe might just collapse back on itself in something called a big crunch. But everything we're seeing now points to a different, much colder fate. The top theory, based on everything we know about cosmic expansion and, the laws of physics, has this incredibly dramatic name: the heat death of the universe. It basically paints a picture of the cosmos just slowly winding down, stretching out and fading into total silence over a timescale that is almost impossible to imagine. And that timescale starts right here. To even begin to wrap our heads around this, let's just fast forward 100 billion years into the future. That is more than 7 times the entire current age of the universe. So what's the cosmos even look like at this point?
Well, by this time, the universe will have kept on expanding and expanding, pushing all the other galaxies so far away that their light can't even reach us anymore. Just try to picture that. Even with the most powerful telescope you could possibly build, the night sky would be completely empty. Our own galaxy, the Milky Way, would just be this lonely island floating in an endless, dark ocean.
Now, if you thought that was a big jump, get ready. We're going to take an even bigger leap forward. We're going from 100 billion years all the way to 1 trillion years. And at this point, the universe is about to go through another massive change. After 1 trillion years have passed, the very last stars will have finally burned out. They've used up all their fuel. One by one, the lights just go out across the cosmos, and the whole universe gets plunged into this age of permanent darkness. It's just a cold, silent place where stars don't shine anymore.
So you might be thinking, okay, that's it. Lights out, game over. But not quite. It's not the end of the story just yet. See, even after all the stars have died, their corpses are still hanging around. So what are these last holdouts in this incredibly old, dark, and empty universe?
This is the really crucial part, this final, incredibly slow disappearance of everything. So, at first, all that's left are what we call stellar remnants, scattered particles, and those silent giants, black holes. But here's the thing, even they don't last forever. Over eons of time that we can't even comprehend, the particles themselves will just decay into nothing. And then finally, through this wild process called Hawking radiation, even the black holes will slowly evaporate, kind of bleeding their energy back out into the void, until they too are completely gone.
The source material we're looking at describes this final state with this really simple, almost beautiful phrase. After every single star, every particle, and every black hole is gone, all that's left is an empty space, which we lovingly call nothing.
And that's literally it. Nothing. Just an endless, featureless void. No matter, no energy, no light, no heat, just nothing. It's the complete and total end of the physical universe as we know it, a state of perfect, quiet, empty balance.
And here's the real kicker. This ending is thought to be absolutely final. Unlike some other theories where the universe might bounce back and be reborn, heat death is a one-way street. It's not a cycle. It's just a permanent, silent, and totally empty state. Forever.
Which, leaves us with this one last, pretty mind-bending thought to chew on. Science tells us the universe probably started from this single point, which is kind of a form of nothing. And this theory says it's going to return to an empty void of nothing. So, if the beginning and the end are both nothing, what does that say about the value and the meaning and the absolute miracle of all of this stuff in between? That's definitely something to think about.